Hello, it's me again. So let's shift to Linux. Um, I've been a little bit bored trying to run some commands, and every time I had to switch to the root user account in order to do that, which is not really safe to run all those commands with Linux with root access. You agree with me? So. Uh, So today what we propose to do is to provide sudo access to our user. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? So, but this is going to be one of the time where we will still need to use root user in order to do that because we need to have at least one person having a privilege, which is only root at this moment. And I'm going to create a specific user for my case. Okay. So I'm gonna do user add so dash dash up. So we're gonna add the Terraform user, for example, so that that user will be able to have his own shell, have his own account, and should be able to do whatever he wants. Okay. So I'm gonna call that user tf tf yeah Terraform user, something like that, or TF user, or TF-IC, something like that. TF-IC. Okay, so enough. So let's do user add dash. So what do we want to do? So we want to add a shell, and the shell should be slash bin slash. I want to add fish as a shell. And then we're gonna add something else, the comment for his account. Okay, so which comment? We're gonna say terraform user terraform user or terraform IAC infrastructure as code user. Okay, and then um should we create his home directory somewhere else? We can do that, but let's leave it here for now. Oh, then we need the name, sorry. So we're gonna call it tf user. tf user. Okay, so now when we type that, we have everything. So if I was to do something related to the one of the NS switch component that we used last time is from one of my video that I did previously, and we're gonna do what is that again? So let's first do like this. Oh, sorry, get 10, and then we're gonna say as UD, and then we're gonna do that for TF user, and then we can see that the user is there. Okay, so he has his account, but we did not set the password yet, so we're gonna set up his password. So I'm gonna do pass wd for tf user, and then I'm going to say mistype it. Okay, updated successfully. So but if I switch to that user, I will not be able to do anything related to administrative tasks with him. So I'm gonna do that with I'm gonna do that right now. So so I'm gonna do user mod minus a capital G to say I want to append a user to a second group, and then what is the name of the group? The name of the group is called wheel, And what is the user? The user is called tf user. And then if we do this, good. Now we should be able to switch to his account. So if I was to do su dash tf user, okay, looks like we have his account here. And now if I was to do something like sudo sudo dnf update, okay, okay, so it's working. So that's how you add a user to you provide sudo access to a user. And I can also, now I can do that with any of my user using another user than the root user. For example, I have N Sterling that I also want to give him sudo access. And so I'm going to do sudo and then user mode minus a capital J, and then what is the group? Well, which is an administrative group. And then if I do this, it means that even with that user I should be able to do just that. So if I was to type exit multiple times and try again to do sudo dnf, not back, but for example, let's say we do neovim, for example, and then they are asking for my password. They say that that user is not part of the sudoers group. For some reason, sometimes he does that. Probably it's because he has not taken effort yet. So I'm gonna do because we just exited. So let's reload his account and then do that again. And still the same. Yeah, so it may happen that you have that kind of problem. So it's probably because I added it with another user, and when you add it with another user, you have a command called so I'm going to do sudo vi sudo, which will, oops, sorry, I think I mistyped it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that with the TF user. So su TF user, and then I'm gonna do enter his password. And if I was to do sudo, oops, sudo vi sudo, so down, so if I was to type shift G, so down here, yeah, so we're gonna copy this line, oops, and paste it, and here we're just gonna add the user. No, not that line, sorry. Okay, yeah, this one here, and then here I'm gonna do and steering, and we should be good now. So if I was to exit and do this again, now we are fine. Yep. So that's how you add a user. So if you do that with another user that inherited the sudo access, you may have to go into the sudoers file and add a user there again. But if you do that with a user, with the root user immediately, then it happens that the access is given immediately without any problem. So if you like what you just saw, please consider supporting the channel by doing this. And share.